Welcome to New Game Plus, a retro gaming podcast where three guys spend 7 days playing Welcome to New Game Plus, a retro gaming podcast where three guys spend 1 year playing 52 old games and then we talk about it. My name's Dustin.
My name's Kenny.
Nolan.
And my favorite Christmas movie is probably Home Alone.
Mine too.
Mine is Home Alone.
Home Alone 3.
No,
Mine was
the
1,
first
Kenny's was 2, and yours is 3.
No,
Absolutely
mine was
not.
two.
And this is our 2021 Christmas cast.
I'm excited. Got my eggnog here.
Look at you with your
Seasonal.
eggnog.
Wow.
Little cinnamon on top.
I got my reindeer
Seasonal.
blood.
I'm going to have a stash.
An eggnog stash?
Yeah.
I got my
Kenny's got a Dr. Pepper, guys.
Elfter pepper.
Great.
Elfter pepper? Yeah, go home.
I don't-
Christmas time is here, and as always, the best way to spread Christmas cheer is to talk about gaming throughout the year. This is
Ooh,
our
I like
annual Christmas episode where instead of talking about a single retro video game, we do somewhat of a retrospective. And boys, historically, this Christmas cast, we've done a couple things, and some of those things have been we've reflected on video game releases and big video game news from that calendar year.
Yes.
We're not doing that this year.
Thankfully.
And I think that makes sense. It's fun, but that's not us.
I mean,
It's not. It's
It's
not
me.
especially retro because it's the last year. It certainly appeals to our audience in that it's gaming relevant, but nobody wants to talk about gaming this year anyways because it was kind of a disaster.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good skipping it this time.
And so if we're going to change the formula or format at any time, this would be the year to do so.
Sure.
2021 and 2020, by the way, just 2 years for the books. We're not going to get into all of that right now. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of Christmas cheer. We are going to do some of the things that we have historically done. We're going to reflect on the state of NGP from this past year. We're going to take a look at the next year of NGP. And we've always played a friendly game, but the fun thing is the game has always been hosted by one of us, played by the other two. Typically hosted by me, played by the two of you.
Yes.
Right. But we got
And-
sick of me winning that every single year.
No,
Oh,
I
knew it.
won last time.
So
It was a clean dunk. I dunked on you. I dunked my cookie and my milk on you.
Nice. Santa.
And destroyed you. And so, but we wanted to mix things up so Kenny would feel better about himself.
Well, and so that I would get to play for once. I
No,
feel like
you don't need
No.
to play.
yeah, screw
that's
you.
not the
too.
real.
You're the host.
For the first time ever, we are bringing on a special guest to host a game for the three of us.
This is hype.
This is new.
Actually
We haven't
hype.
We've not done this before. And so we're going to welcome our former editor and friend of the show, Tom Tate, to join us on this very special Christmas cast episode and do a game about the last 52 or so games that we played this calendar year.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the topic? So it's a mega retro recap.
It's a massive
Competitive
you need to remember
retro recap.
all of the 52 games that we played, every detail about them from the
Sure.
beginning to the end,
No.
as well as the episodes.
No, the problem with that is I immediately forget them after we're done with them on purpose most of the time because I don't
Yeah.
want to have to relive that.
Well, here's one more joke. I at least listen to the episodes after recording. Nolan, you do every once in a while. Kenny says
Whoops.
that he was there for the recording, so he doesn't have to ever listen to it again.
I was there for the conversation itself.
that's-
I don't-
We're
Yeah.
not gonna beat that
Yeah.
horse. That's
So, listen, get your Christmas game pants on, and let's welcome Tom Tate to the show.
Hey, welcome, Tom.
Thank
Hey.
you guys. Thank you guys for having me back.
Well,
Super
yeah.
excited. It's been a while.
It's been a little bit. We had you on for your special episode 299, as we played Little Samson, all of us
Lil.
for the first time. Lil Samson.
Samson.
Little
He's a
bit.
rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Such a fun game.
We just mentioned, but Tom, you were our long-standing editor for so long. You're a good friend of the show. Now you've been on a couple of times. You'd been behind the scenes. Now you're just on the scene. And we thought, hey, what better way to celebrate Christmas than to bring on Tom and to have him host a game show for the three of us?
Yeah, I love this idea. I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little nervous, but we'll see.
us
We'll see how it
too.
goes.
Well,
Good.
Kenny,
I'm just nervous because I take these way too seriously, and now I've got two people to try and dominate.
well,
instead
what
of
I wanted to
just
say,
Nolan.
Kenny, is that we can't let Dustin win.
Yeah, we can.
No,
If that means
we
us
cannot.
teaming up somehow in a trivia game.
I'll give you my points or something.
Okay.
That's actually exciting because it's usually Dustin taking this role and
I know.
quizzing both of you. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it should be interesting to see. I'm pitting all three of the hosts against each other, so we'll see.
Which
how
is
it
a
goes.
good way to conclude the year and start a new year to make us all mad at one another. So
Oh yeah,
Spreading
for
out
sure.
the cheer.
Yeah. Cool. So we have 4 rounds. You can play for a total of 7 points. 1 round is worth 4 points. I'll get to it when we get to it. I do have a tiebreaker question as well, so we will make sure that odds are we'll do okay, right? The first round is called "Who Said That?"
Yeah.
I'm gonna read
Great.
a random out of context quote from any episode from the past year. So all of these are going to be from the past year, and you'll have to guess who said that: Dustin, Kenny, or Nolan. So I'll give you a quick example. I'll give you a quick example first, all right? Just to kind of set the tone here. So in one episode, someone said, in a video released a few days ago, we see Macaque playing video games. And later that person said, what? I'm just trying to talk about Macaque.
Right.
Yeah,
That was
and-
Dustin.
And everyone knows that it's
to which
Dustin.
we
Yeah.
would obviously say that's me.
Every D's
But-
and Nuts joke, Dustin.
Listen,
Like,
it was a very important news article where a monkey was playing a video game, and it wasn't a monkey; it was a macaque. So
Okay.
give
It
me
was a macaque.
break.
Yeah,
Sure.
You were including that for specificity,
Idiot.
so I appreciate that. So that was an easy one. That was an easy one. So let's go Dustin, Kenny, Nolan. We'll go in that order, right? So Dustin, the first quote is for you. 2021, you're going to get the best version of me. Who said that?
Ooh, 2021, you're gonna get the best version of me. It could be either of those guys. I know it's not me. I'm going to say that it was Kenny for sure.
It was Kenny. Correct.
Yeah!
I
Point
knew
on the
that one.
board goes for Dustin.
also not true.
For the record, that was a big lie.
Yeah. Like,
Did we get the best version of Kenny? I mean,
Oh, no.
retrospectively.
No.
Maybe
second
in the
round.
Sims.
Retrospectively,
Maybe
it
in The
might be
Sims.
the worst version of myself
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah, maybe in The Sims, Shauna Games, has
Yeah,
given
that's
us
the best
version.
of Kenny. Yeah. Okay, up next we have Kenny. So this quote is, my handheld experience was pretty much limited to the Game Boy, you guys. Game Boy, every game looks the same. Green and a little bit of darker shade of green. Who said that?
Dustin said that.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's
I was
not
worried,
wrong.
I was worried it was me for a second. I knew it wasn't
Yeah.
Nolan.
Yeah. It's
but I
hard.
was
It's hard.
worried it
It's
was
hard.
me.
Yeah. Okay, so we are tied up, Dustin and Kenny. Nolan, final quote. He's a little stick guy. He's skinny. He's scrawny. And Miss Piggy is kind of a pig. She's thick. She crushes him. Who said that?
Me?
Yes, you did.
Of course you did.
I would
we
have
are
said
tied up.
called
We
Miss
are
Piggy
tied up.
thick.
I hope that if you're listening to this, you're playing at home as well. You listened to all these episodes. Here's the fun thing, just as a reminder, Kenny hasn't listened to these episodes, so he's having to remember back to the moment it happened.
Yeah, yes.
What,
So,
Kenny?
I was there.
You were there. Nolan and I have listened to the episodes since, and if you're playing at home, you have listened to the episodes since. So, keep track of your points as well.
If Kenny wins, his memory truly is as amazing as he claims. So
Okay.
So for the next round, we're going to play Name That Game. So how well do you actually know the games that you guys played
I'll lose.
for a week, for the past year? So for the first half of this, I'm going to play a 10-second audio clip from a
Ooh.
game. And I've picked a clip from towards the beginning of the game. I thought it would be unfair to pick something towards the end of the game. So
Yeah.
you should have experienced
Absolutely.
this audio at some point
Okay.
in your journey playing through one of these games. You'll then have to tell me what game the clip is from, and to help you out with this one, it is multiple choice. So I'm going to
Okay.
give you
Good.
a
good.
selection.
It's probably good because
4
we're talking
games.
about 52 games that we played this year.
52 games that we've played.
I like this.
So I'll give you a multiple choice for this, and they're all pretty much from the same family, you know. So I'm not gonna throw a PlayStation game with a Nintendo game. You guys will definitely know the difference there.
Got it.
And
Yep.
are we still going same order? So is this first one me?
We're gonna go the same order. So we'll
Okay.
start with Dustin, and I'm gonna play the first clip.
Okay. Okay. Am I able to look at a list of the games that we played?
I mean, he's about to give you a list.
I'm gonna
Oh, true.
four
Yeah.
Okay.
multiple choice.
Easy.
So,
Then.
everyone listening at home, you heard that clip. Was that clip from Jackal, Monster in My Pocket, Go-Go Neketsu Hockey Club Slip and Slide Madness,
Why are you still
or-
going?
or Mega Man Battle Network 2?
Okay. It's not as easy as I thought it was, but I'm going to go with Mega Man Battle Network 2. It sounds like a Mega Man track.
It sounds like a Mega Man track, and that's exactly what you said when you were commenting on Go-Go Neketsu Hockey Club Slip and Slide Madness.
So I still get the point.
No,
No point, but it was close. It was close. That was perfect.
That's messed up for getting me on something that I said on the podcast.
Get right.
It's a good jam, though. It is a good tune, and I'm glad that you guys gave it the recognition that it deserved on
Go-Go
that episode.
Neketsu.
That's on that hockey game?
Yeah.
That's such a good song.
That hockey game was nuts, and it makes me smile thinking back to it.
Yeah, it was quite the jam. So,
All right, so I'm
next
ahead
we
by
have Kenny.
1.
No.
we'll see. We'll see at the end of this round. We'll
No.
see how we do. Okay, Kenny, you are up. Give me 1 second to cue up the track.
I was so scared, guys.
Okay, so you just heard that track, Kenny. Is it Streets of Rage 2, Maximum Carnage, F-Zero, or Mega Man 04?
Ooh.
This one sounded so familiar, and then you gave me 4 games that I felt like all of them could.
I know. Like
And I
that's
felt
the
like, and I
hardest-
felt like I knew the answer to the first one, so it's gonna
Yeah.
bother me if I get this one wrong. Real quick, list them for me one more time.
Streets of Rage 2, Maximum Carnage, F-Zero, or Mega Man 04?
I'm torn between a couple of them. I don't think this is right, but I'm gonna go Streets of Rage. Anyways, Streets of Rage.
Close, but incorrect. Nolan, do you want to take the steal?
Maximum
It's not going to count for
Carnage.
any points.
Maximum
Maximum Carnage. Yep, you got it.
That's what I
It's
thought it
it's
was.
got that sound to it, that Venom sound.
Yep.
Yeah. It's got that butt rock sound to it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Man,
okay.
That's tough.
So,
I'm scared. I don't want to go.
Nolan's the music aficionado.
I
here
know,
now.
but I'm gonna miss this one.
all right, ready for the next one.
I'm praying.
Okay, you just heard that clip. Is it Destiny of an Emperor, Moomin's Tale, The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages, or Mega Man 04?
See the Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages.
I gave you a softball, Nolan. I didn't realize that was the order we were going to go in.
You gave him a
Yeah.
Zelda to a
I gave
Zelda.
you
I mean,
Zelda.
I needed the two. All I needed was like the first
a
split second of
Zelda
it.
track.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
That's when you get an
boy.
essence at the end of a dungeon.
Give
Yep,
me a
yep.
Final Fantasy song, please.
Yes.
I'm in the
I
lead.
should have given you. I should have given you a quick softball. So we are looking at Dustin and Kenny, 1 point. Nolan is in the lead with 2 points. We'll see if you guys can take it in the next one. So for the
All right.
next round of Name That Game, still playing Name That Game,
Okay.
I'm going to read a bit of community commentary.
Ooh.
So I'll still give you a few options. So we're still going to do multiple choice because 50 plus games, lots to
Sure.
remember. And it'd be impossible to guess with a few of these. So you really have to listen for the context cues here,
Okay.
right?
Oh, so we're guessing the game based off of community commentary.
Based off of the commentary
I
that
like
was
Alright.
read
it. I like it.
at the end of the episode. So we're going to start with Dustin again. In this episode, Garlisle said, "The movement is solid but simple without much of an intended skill ceiling. The difficulty curve starts easy, but does have some of the tricky bits near the end, and of course, we have some of the characters spelling out tasks with a dash of light humor. It was a solid enough game that the remake didn't need to do more than simply tweak the gameplay. Is Garlisle talking about Final Fantasy IV Advance, Shadow of the Colossus, SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom, or Final Fantasy X?
Impossible.
The remake didn't need to do more than simply tweak the gameplay.
Tweak.
I know the
game.
answer.
You know the answer.
I do. I do.
You gave me 2 Final Fantasies in there. You gave me Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy
4 Advance.
4.
And it starts easy, but then gets harder. That's not. I mean, that's. He wouldn't say that about Final Fantasy X. I felt like you wouldn't say that about Final Fantasy IV. And so, what are the other 2 options?
Shadow of the Colossus
Yeah.
or SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom.
All right, I'm gonna go for Shadow of the Colossus and hope to G that I got it right because that's my game.
SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for
go.
Bikini Bottom.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Christmas sucks.
I knew it.
Okay, Kenny. In this episode, Mig said, if you were unlucky enough to sink quarter after quarter into an early Capcom arcade cabinet, you'll quickly realize how unfair those games were, but more importantly, how mundane the music was. But this game, on the other hand, provides funk, tropical, and electronic sounds that drive you forward. Is the game Ray Force, Streets of Rage 2, Jet Set Radio, or F-Zero?
I'm going through and eliminating options in my head. I'm going to say the game was F-Zero.
The game was Streets of Rage 2.
That's what I
wasn't
was
bad,
guessing.
Now the answer is Streets of Rage 2.
Yep. Now you've got a Streets of Rage 2.
I'm so scared.
Give it. Nolan's is gonna be all right.
You gotta
So in Ocarina of Time.
Shut up. Listen,
This is
y'all
easily
can
one of the
come
best
back.
Zelda titles for Game Boy. Yeah, for Game Boy
Something
Color.
big is gonna happen around 4.
Nolan,
okay?
for -1 point. Here's
Yeah,
your question.
yeah.
All right, I've had to edit this one briefly, or otherwise it would have given away the game.
Okay.
So Nolan, in this episode, Guy in the corner said, to me, these games aren't about winning or killing everything. I mostly like running around, exploring the random maps. Now, eventually, I hope that I can make it down to retrieve the blank, but I'll be taking in all the vistas along the way. Is it Grandia, Super Metroid, Linley's Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, or Jade Cocoon?
It's Lindley's Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup.
All right, you're in the lead with
That's not even your
Why
game.
can't-
Don't let that come out of your
Ah.
mouth.
points.
Yeah, why can't I get the DCS?
Salt is all I'm hearing.
Kenny should have gotten that one for the music. He would have known it by
Y'all
heart.
hate to see a successful podcaster make it.
Okay, listen. The final round is going to be worth four points each, up to 4 points, right? So it's still
Okay.
anyone's game. Okay, so we're going to play a bit of random word association. So I have 4 random words. It could be a character, a location, an element of the game, or an element of the story. It really doesn't matter. It's just a random word that is associated with one of the previous games that you've played in the past year. So for this, you will not have multiple choice. So if you want to pull up a list of the games,
Yeah, I got one up.
feel free to do that.
And Kenny, you don't have an hour to silently go through all the games in your head.
You will.
We edit our episodes. I can take as long as I want.
So there are four words. So if you answer on the first word, you'll get 4 points.
Okay.
Second word, you'll get
Oh,
3 points, and
interesting.
it'll go down.
wait,
Do
say,
we-
say it again, say it again.
So I'm gonna list off one word at a time.
Okay.
So for Dustin, if you get it on the first word, you'll get 4 points. If you get it on the third word, the second word, you'll get 3 points, and it'll go down based on that. So
Got
if,
it.
if it takes you all 4 words to get it, the max you can still get is 1 point.
So you can guess on the first one, it be wrong, and then still earn points.
and keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going
Oh,
until the
as you
Okay.
get more at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
And it's
Only
not
one guess per.
One guess per word.
sure.
Yeah.
And it's not time based. We will tell you when to give us the next word.
Yeah, that's
Is that
right.
correct?
Yeah,
and,
yeah, yeah.
And then
Okay.
your trusty editor will tighten everything up so there's not long gaps in between all the audio.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I love you coming in and giving our editor a hard time now.
A bunch of
No,
words.
no, no,
Yeah.
no. I'm giving him a little extra work to do, but not a hard time. He's
Right,
amazing.
right.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So Dustin, are you ready?
No,
Good.
but
Too
let's
bad.
go.
Okay, ready? Christmas Eve.
Okay. Christmas Eve. It is a Christmas Eve game, and I am zooming through here very
Oh.
quickly to determine
I know it.
Christmas Eve. I feel like it's not that. Okay, well, I'll just use it as my guess. Parasite Eve.
4 points to Dustin.
Nice,
That is
baby.
how you play the game.
Nice.
But all I have to
Hark
do
of
is
the
give
bells,
one.
sweet silver bells. All right, good.
Okay.
All right, so you are currently
Stupid.
in the lead with 5 points. The other words, should you have not gotten that, was mitochondria,
Easy.
New York City, and Iabrea.
Yeah.
That
would've given
last
it to you.
one would
Yep.
not have actually been as strong as the
It's
other
like
ones
not
for me.
helpful.
All right, Kenny, are you ready?
No,
He's gonna
because
try
I've
so
got to
hard.
get it at 4.
Yeah,
The
you have to.
pressure's on because Dustin delivered, so I am not. But bring it on anyways.
Your first word is phlegm.
I know this one too.
Chex Quest.
4 points to Kenny.
Nice.
Nice.
All right.
Nice. Had you not gotten that, it would have been Warrior, Bazoik, or General Mills.
Nice, Kenny. Our only hope now is that Nolan gets one or none. Is
So
this correct?
Nolan has
Yeah.
3 points. So
We're
he needs
screwed,
to,
Kenny.
I need
Kenny, we're
2,
screwed.
right?
He has to get 2. If it takes him to the third word, it's a tiebreak between us. If he can get it on the first 2 words, he wins.
Okay. I
Either
forgot
of the
you
first
had an
2
extra
words,
point
he
more than
wins.
Dustin. He's not as experienced. It's fine.
Okay. Nolan, are you ready?
Yeah.
The first word. Knockout.
I don't know. Hold on.
Just a straight, I don't know.
I really don't. Let me just scroll real quick through here. I mean, that could be a couple of games is the problem. But I can guess and be fine, right? Even if it's
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then I should guess something. And I will say Streets of Rage 2. I don't think that's right.
Incorrect.
Okay. Second word.
Your second word is bell.
Bell?
Bell.
Oh no.
Why is my
Knockout?
heart racing? Why
No,
is my
mine's
heart
racing. Knockout
Me
and
too.
Bell?
I can't
All
even
on the
win,
line.
right? Like Kenny, you have more than me.
Yeah, you can't even win.
No, we're
Ken-
tied.
We do have a tiebreaker, so it might come
Kenny-
down to it.
Do you know it?
No, I'm looking and trying to play along with you right now, but you got to figure it out.
Knockout and Bell is stupid. First of all. Are we count? Okay, never mind. Oh my gosh.
I should have set a timer.
You should have.
He's coming with his guess.
No, not yet. I'm gonna guess for my second word. I am going to guess. Goblins.
Incorrect.
Okay.
Whew.
Your third word is golem.
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 Oh, I mean, it will be really. I'll be so mad if this isn't it. Got me? Little Samson.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
So you got it. So
Oh,
you get
Bell?
Does that-
I forgot about
Does
the
that mean a
bell.
three-way tie?
They all
a
have
three-way
bells.
tie.
Knockout? Knockout?
KO.
That's the
Oh.
mouse's name.
Little curveball there.
Little trick. Okay.
Look at him
Little
coming in with
curveball
the
there.
trick on that.
Okay.
Yeah. I did give you a Legend of Zelda.
You did. It
audio
evens
clip,
out.
So it evened out a little bit.
Okay.
I need clarification before we go forward.
You
Is
do
this
not
a
win.
three-way tie?
No.
Kenny's
This is
saying it's a three-way tie.
Yeah.
He's lying.
It's a three-way tie.
It's
Yeah.
Dan is
yeah,
saying it's a
you're
three-way-
all sitting. You're all sitting
Tom!
at 5 points. I only have one tiebreaker question, so let's see.
So first person to say the answer?
First person to say the answer. That sounds
oh
good.
no, I don't know
Yeah.
about that.
Dustin has the competitive edge on this one, though, so I'll give you a heads up on that. So in the intro to episode 267, this is some deep trivia here. Dustin talked about a canceled GoldenEye remake for the Xbox 360 that was leaked to the internet.
Yeah.
And then he asked the guys what games they'd want to see remade. Dustin threw out 2 ideas for games that should be remade, and within 2021, both of those games were announced with remakes.
No surprise.
So name one of those 2 games.
Can
Final
I
Fantasy
get?
VII.
What did you say?
he said Final
Final
Fantasy
Fantasy
VII.
VII.
Which was already released. Like,
Oh,
these
okay.
games were not announced prior to Dustin.
And
saying
Can we
it would
guess?
be
Get it
okay.
wrong and keep
It-
guessing.
Yeah, no, that was my guess.
Yeah,
I
go
think
for
I
it.
whiffed.
First person to
I whiffed
guess. First person to shout it out gets the point.
Knights of the Old Republic.
There it is. You got it.
I win. Y'all
So
suck.
Nolan wins.
Merry Christmas.
6 points to Nolan.
Bah freaking humbug.
The other game was Final Fantasy 1, which is getting that spiritual
The
successor.
pixel thing, yeah.
Oh.
But then also the new Final Fantasy that has like that crazy Final Fantasy 1, the chaos thing that got memed like crazy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, did not remember that. But Nolan, good guess. I was blanking hard.
Oh man.
So I guess so. I win basically.
No.
Oh,
You go back to hosting them. I'll still be the
Just-
winner. Kenny's still crying. The world is.
If they were Christmas trivia, I'd have still whooped you.
No one can take this trophy.
Nolan can take the
Yay.
trophy. Tom,
Well-
thank
well
you.
earned.
Yeah, is that the trophy?
That's-
Thanks for joining us again. Thanks for preparing this. This is a lot of fun to try to think through those games. Again, 52 in a year is a lot, and those aren't the only games that we're playing, and we don't even play them for a long time, and some of them we wish to forget.
Yes.
So like that's our
True.
Christmas wish. But to be able to go back, and at least we got some. So some of these games made an impact on
Some
us.
of them did.
Yeah, that was
Stuck with
super
you.
super fun.
Yeah, I mean Dungeon Crawl. How many hours did you sink into that?
I
mean,
sunk
we're-
like an hour.
Count 'em.
That's why they're salty, because they played it way more than me, and I got.
we are-
this.
Afterwards.
We are actually still playing Dungeon Crawl. It's just an evolved version called Hades. So
Nice.
the dungeon crawling has not concluded yet.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for having me. It's been a blast. And
Merry
looking forward
Christmas.
to the Christmas cast. Love
It's
it.
good to see you again, Tom.
See ya.
2021 was our 6th year as a podcast. We celebrated our 6-year anniversary. And believe it or not, a lot of great things happened on behalf of the podcast this year. We weren't able to do a few of the things that we hoped to do. One of the things that we've talked about in the past and some goals that we've hit, we've wanted to go to our first con together, go into our first con together and take over the government, some kind of con like that. You get it?
Heist.
yeah.
Con artist.
It's a joke. We also wanted to meet up in person and do something together, but again, travel has been limited and all of those things. However, there have been a lot of things that we have achieved as a podcast this year.
Yes. One of those is pretty big and recent that we were able to do. We've been talking about bringing back elements for how long?
Yeah.
Like, it's just been a joke where Dustin asks me and Kenny if we're ready to do it, and we never answer him.
They ignore me.
That's literally what happened. I'm gonna reveal the truth here, but we've brought elements back, and we've already done 2 episodes, which is good. One a month so far since we announced it.
We did 2. We've really done 3 this year because we had done one earlier in the year with
true.
gameplay of Tamagotchi.
Which
does not count.
I don't know.
But these last 2 were absolutely hype, and I think the 3 of us really enjoyed doing those with the music of Super Mario Galaxy most recently, and right before that we did the graphics of Metroid Dread.
Yeah, so good. I'm excited for the other ones. I'm having a lot of fun with them because it's a nice break, like for us too. I know for like listeners, it's nice to have like another type of content, but for us too, it's just refreshing for me to like play stuff that we're not going to normally play on the podcast.
Yeah.
And we've got some more of those brewing.
Yeah, we do.
We've enjoyed happening
and community input too. That's new. That's a new thing for Elements, which has been sick for patrons.
Yeah. They're helping us. Patrons are helping us select the game and giving commentary on the games and the elements that we're playing and talking about.
Yeah. I have to say that community interaction has been a place that we've seen a bunch of growth across the board, not just with the new Elements episodes, but in a lot of other ways, including in the Discord channel, including us sort of building a team of people to kind of help in various ways. And the one that has me most hype is the handing off of our retro recap episodes to be guest led. That's a new thing we've done this year and has been so fun for us. Gives us the very occasional week to take a little bit of a breath and not just live in retro gaming every single week, although we pretty much still do because that's who we are. But to hear some of the voices of our community and to have them look back on the games we've played has been so fun. So thanks to those of you who have participated in it. That's been a big highlight for me.
Yeah, Retro Recap 11 was led by Garlisle, Antonin, and Shauna. Retro Recap 12 was Garlisle, Brojim, and Clint, and both squads did an incredible job, and we are planning to continue to do that. And continuing, like, with Tom on this episode and community members doing retro recaps, this has been a community podcast, kind of from the beginning. Discord is, like, our once-a-week podcast is really not even the driving thing anymore. It's our community day-to-day interaction on Discord and on our social media and stuff like that. And so we'll continue to do that moving forward, but that has been an incredible, incredible success. Speaking of community, our 6-year anniversary episode was where we featured everyone. Like, it was our community members were able to call in and pitch their games, and then from there we played a game that they pitched. That was the first time we did that, and it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. Like, it's gonna be hard for me to not suggest we do it the exact same way next year for our anniversary.
We probably will. It was just such a great thing to do. We loved it.
Yeah, after we finish it, I do think that we're like, yep, that's just the formula for the anniversary episodes from now on, because it was just so good. Kenny, you had mentioned Discord. We talked about it just a little bit. So it was cool. I went back and listened to some pieces of our Christmas cast from last year, seeing some of the goals that we were hoping to set for 2021. And one of the things we wanted to do was surpass that the 500 community member mark on Discord, I believe, something like that. We have we surpassed that, and now we have 662 members, 58 weekly communicators, and 121 weekly visitors. So that's good. We'll continue to expand on that. When it comes to YouTube, it was so much fun because we hadn't hit 1,000 at this Christmas cast last year.
True.
We had not. And Nolan, you said that it's really cool. You need to go back and listen, because you said one of your goals was to hit 10,000. And we were like, wait, we haven't even hit 1,000. And you were like, well, when YouTube algorithm takes off, it takes off. And take off, it did.
Yeah, I have that here. I technically said I want 100K. So we didn't meet the goal.
I don't know if you said that.
I did say that. But then I was like, more realistically, 10. Right now, we have 13,386 subs on YouTube. So goal met. Super sick. Thanks to everyone who's been checking out our episodes and the first place too. That the first place bring in a lot of consistent traffic, but we've also had like the playlists take off and really help that boost to our goal. I'm eyeing 20K obviously is the next logical goal, but 50 could be a thing if we did like a true strategy of like more playlists. And I don't know, I think we can talk about it more too. We
Kenny's
don't really,
going bigger.
We don't. I am too, but we don't push it often enough.
Sure.
I don't think. But I think we should. There's just more to do there. So
we have 653 videos on YouTube. So we've got tons of content there. If you haven't watched all of them, go and do that. You can join the 1.7 million people that have watched our N64 playlist video and our 1.5 mil that have watched the PlayStation relaxing playlist, and the many others that are checking all of that content out on a regular basis. I think half of those videos are from my Final Fantasy VII Remake Let's Play.
Literally, though. Or that and your OOT,
your Zelda,
my Ocarina of Time, but then the rest of them are first plays and other kind of clips and video content that we do. Any other things that we accomplished this past year that you guys want to highlight?
A couple of cool things. Some of them aren't worth talking about on the show. We've done some things just sort of behind the scenes to move the podcast forward, kind of as an entity and officially, that are really nice. But those are all boring.
But those aren't worth talking about on the show.
But
so
it's nice to know, like, regardless, that what we're doing is growing, and that this thing that is New Game Plus is kind of hitting its stride on a number of different levels, and couldn't do that without the community. And we've already talked about that community interaction and support and how much we love that, and just want to highlight that again and say thanks.
Yeah, one other thing I had on here, also related to YouTube. We, Dustin, you don't do it, but I think it might have been your idea. We do questions, a poll on YouTube now on the community tab, and that's been integrated into our episodes. And we get an idea of like when we read viewer commentary, like who recommended it, who didn't, and then like who hasn't played it. I think that's a fun stat to just have, and so. That's another small thing, but again, speaking to the community involvement and all that.
Yeah. It's another cool way to get 400, 500 people involved in our weekly vote, whether a game gets NGP status or not. Yeah. We had formalized our team previously, years past, but this year we did transition one of our team members, Tom, off the team and brought on seamlessly, might I add. And that's no benefit. That's no like. I'm not highlighting us. I'm saying that Tom was able to pass the torch, and Dan Willett was able to pick up that torch so seamlessly. And
for sure.
People in the community talked about it, but even we noticed it. Like, that is a hard baton to pass off, especially someone that has been doing it pretty much since the genesis of the show. But Dan has done such an incredible job carrying that forward. We're just so glad to have him a part of the team now.
Yeah, so glad. And then like also Dan's in Discord too, and so like he's also just filling that same role. Doesn't have to. We don't ask him to do this, but that same role that Tom played in the community of just like. Yeah, he's our editor, but he's also like
he's present.
He's present. He's in Discord. So yeah, thanks so much, Dan. It's awesome.
And then I'll say one other thing, Patreon. We've talked about it maybe in passing, but we hit our 2 final Patreon goals that we had previously set up from the genesis of the show, from the beginning of the show. And so we're looking to hit some of those goals. We'll talk about it here just momentarily. But another thing with that is we broke 100 patrons for the first time.
Ooh,
that was a big thing. It's a big thing we are looking to try to do. So anywhere from $1 to $100 in monthly support. We've got over 100 of you that are doing that on a monthly basis. Half of you probably forgot and have it on auto renew, but we appreciate you as well.
It's a fine thing to forget if you're gonna something.
Absolutely.
Hey, if I can do it with my gym, despite never going,
true,
you can do it with our podcast.
It makes you feel better, you know?
Yeah, you're like, well, I might go next week, maybe.
So 2021, big year for New Game Plus. Big thanks to all of you for making that possible. Now, believe it or not, 2022 is right around the corner, guys.
Can we take just a minute and talk about how weird that is? Because 2022 is this
It's the future. It's the future.
How did this sneak up on us so fast? I know the last couple of years have been crazy, and we've all been like weird, checked out mentally, but I still don't believe that that's real.
Yeah. Well, that's how time works, and it does that the same rate and speed every single year, Kenny. So get used to it. And as you get older, it will feel like it goes faster and faster.
That explains so much.
2022 is almost here, and with that, we want to set a few goals for our podcast, for our community, for our endeavors, for this next fiscal and calendar year. So as we're looking at 2022, what are some things that you hope to accomplish? Actually, pause before you, and then Kenny, you can go. But I had forgotten this, and I did want to say, last year, one of your goals, jokingly, was to double the size of your beard. So continue to grow it without trimming it, and we have accomplished that. So that is another goal that we have accomplished. Yeah, you said that, and you've accomplished that. So great job.
Nice.
All right, so
check it off.
Kenny, take it. What's something that we're gonna do, and it better be good?
Okay, well, on that note, this probably won't last another year. It's too much.
Come on.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see.
So a goal is to shave your beard.
It may not last another month. We're getting closer to the end of my patience. I felt too magical is the problem, and I don't want it to overwhelm my life.
Yeah.
But on a real note, and this one's small and kind of silly, but it's been fun as time has moved forward, which apparently it does forever, according to Dustin. That like new games become eligible. And I'm excited to see what games get into the eligibility pool and get added into the Retro Master List this year. I love that the Retro Master List is community driven. I know there's a little bit of conversation about sort of how less retro games are right at that 15-year mark. But it's always fun to me, the things that are suddenly allowed and that people then get really excited about. So I know that's a little inconsequential one, but I'm excited to see what we get.
I'm not. It makes me sad.
It makes you sad. It makes me scared because I don't, like I think next year PS5 games are eligible at this point.
Right.
It feels like it. PS2, Xbox 360, that's just weird.
Yeah,
because
weird.
Those aren't games that are retro to me. Those are games that I played just a few years ago in college, so
right.
It's but again, that's how time works.
Yeah. Okay, so one goal that I have been thinking about a lot, and we've talked about it some, new merch. We need to talk merch. We've had t-shirts and some other merch, but mostly just t-shirts, for sale for a long time now. We don't talk about them on the episodes or ever. A lot of them don't exist anymore because Nintendo takes our shirts down for using their font of all stupid things. So this new merch will be a huge rollout. We haven't talked about details, but it's going to be a big deal. We want it to be like merch 2.0 NGP. You're going to want to check it out. I'm talking like original artwork if we can swing it, like the works. So I'm very pumped to do that. We'll for sure do that this next year, I think.
Yeah. Another thing is I would love for us to take our Patreon to 2.0, the next level, because we set up Patreon well, I think, honestly. And we made a few tweaks along the way, but we haven't had to drastically shift anything.
Nope. We've mostly left it untouched and set one or two kind of stretch goals as it became time to do those over time, but mostly kept everything exactly the same.
Yeah.
And it's time for more.
Right. We don't want to take away or detract from any of that because I think that so many people support it because it provides some good interaction.
For sure.
However, we do want to have some additional stretch goals, some things that we can work together to attain as a community that can provide more and better content for you. And so we've done all the things that podcasters and creators do. We've been able to upgrade our lights and our video and our sound and all these things. And so we don't have to do that anymore. We can use it for other cool community building, podcast building opportunities, and we're going to do that. So expect a Patreon overhaul in some really good ways in the next few months.
Yeah. That's another one of mine.
Core of how we do Patreon, I think we'll probably always still stick to. So don't let that like freak you out. We're just going to add value, and we're excited for it.
For example, I'll just say one that I had in mind that only really pertains to me. I just want to do like review episodes, like a little mini series of games that I'm personally playing. So outside of the podcast, you sometimes will see all three of us in like the DSC channel playing a game, or in general streaming a game that has nothing to do with anything. I mean, we're playing those games. We have a microphone and lights, like Dustin was saying. So I just want to do like a little review style of games that I'm playing. And yeah, I think also more live streams would be cool. More game nights. People have been asking for those.
Sure.
So yeah, just more Patreon cool stuff because you guys deserve it.
It almost goes without saying because we just talked about Patreon, but we did hit some stretch goals that are going to have some really cool ramifications. Obviously, details are still super forthcoming because the world is weird and some things are bigger lifts to kind of get off the ground. But just know you're going to see all of that. Extra bonus content from the three of us, some cool real world kind of interactions. We love it. We're looking forward to it. It's still happening. So be patient. I'm looking forward to that is the point. I'm also looking forward to continuing to lean in even harder to this whole community involvement thing. I think that works well. I think people love it. And we're going to find some interesting ways to do more thematic episodes. And
Kenny, we're not doing another takeover. You can't do that again.
I'm not going to take over again. Or I will, and you won't have a choice. Summer pool parties are a big hit, but like, where's winter at? Not with the pool party. I'm just like, summer's not the only thing that matters.
Winter hot tubs.
No. I'm just saying, we're going to bring you guys some more cool bonus kinds of stuff that you can be a part of.
Bonus cookies?
Bonus cookies for
The
everyone.
return of bonus cookies?
A return of bonus cookies. Wow. All right, one final thing. And this has been a behind the scenes thing that really the three of us, maybe a few other handful of people know about, but we haven't talked about it on the show because it doesn't impact our week to week thing. But this past year, New Game Plus went formally from a hobby to a small business for us.
Weird.
And again,
small business is generous. This is still 100% side hustle territory, but we're bona fide.
Yeah, I'm talking about legally. For us, it's still a hobby. I mean, we're doing this for fun. We're doing this to be with one another. But legally, it shifted from, and it probably should have shifted earlier. Like the IRS is for sure coming after us.
Yeah.
But it's legally a small business now, which means that we'll be able to do more businessy things in the future when it comes to New Game Plus. One of the things, and maybe this is premature, that we have talked about, and we don't have to go into detail here. The reason why I brought up the business is because we went under the business name of New Game Plus Productions. Maybe I just let that simmer and you say, what does that mean? But New Game Plus Productions could mean more than just a podcast or more than just our podcast.
Yes.
So
there's something there, like long term, maybe not next year, but like the stage is set for really cool growth. And I'm going to start wearing a suit to episodes now that we're businessmen.
Nice. So if they want to be a part of the community, what can they do?
I don't know. Ask their mom, brother, sister.
Whatever they want.
Some I don't know.
Email someone.
Or they could create a Discord account and join Discord.
I threw you a softball and you respond with, I don't know. That's on you.
No, I knew what you were doing. I was just doing a bit.
In 2022, Nolan is going to take more swings at soft pitches.
No, that's a breaking ball. Y'all don't know baseball terms, so don't look at me dumb. The person listening will be like, nice. Okay. join Discord. We've been talking about it a lot, and there's a reason. It's like the hub for New Game Plus. It's the show isn't the hub. Go to Discord, and you'll get episodes. You'll get conversation with fans and like-minded individuals. Go to ngppodcast.com and click join us in Discord.
Yeah, we've already said we've got some really cool stuff coming up based off of Patreon participation as well. And so hop on that bandwagon. It's a large and growing group of people that say we don't want to just listen to the show. We want to support you guys going forward in whatever way we're able to. And we're so appreciative of all of you. But like to take a minute and specifically call out those of you who support us on kind of some of the higher levels of support that we offer at the moment. Including our 3 directors who truly are just poor, who are truly core parts of the community. Bro Jim, Garlisle, and Zachary. We're just so thankful for you guys.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Truly. And for our large and ever-growing list of producer-level supporters, which you should become one of, including Marley, Antonin, Ben, Bethany Fox, Brunt, Carrie, Captain Protein, DB Muppet, Francesca Gimbin, Joey Jordan, Justin Klin, Corey Lorelai, Matthew Maxima, Mr. Latte's Novel, Secret Duck of Evermore, Shauna Thomas, Unbedavable War, Dennis William, and Zion. You guys are our Christmas gift.
You're getting good at
Thanks.
that, Kenny.
I know, I'm a pro.
His goal is to be even better in 2022.
In 2023, I'm going to do it like a mumble rapper would.
Don't do that. We also want to take a second here and say thank you to our team. We mentioned that earlier, but NGP has a team of very talented individuals that help us make the show what it is. High quality, weekly, and good. That's Dylan, that's Hookshot, and that's Dan. Thank you so much to our core team, and also shout out to our moderator team in Discord. You guys really help us out, so we appreciate you.
Yes, we do.
You can find us on our social media. That's Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. All of those links are in the show notes. Listen directly on any podcast provider of your choice. Make sure you subscribe so that you are the first to get new NGP episodes. And while you're at it, leave a kind rating and review. This episode was edited and produced by our friend Dan Willett. Thank you for joining us for this special Christmas cast episode. Next week, we'll be back with our regularly scheduled program. Until then, I'm still Dustin.
I'm Kenny.
I'm Marv.
And this has been a merry NGP Christmas cast.